Hello dear students, welcome to the fourth lecture of the organizing. This is the last lecture regarding this chapter organizing, and we are going to discuss what you mean by centralization, decentralization, departmentation and staffing. The last class we discussed the theme, the delegation and authority responsibility. In this lecture, we are going to discuss what you mean by the term is a centralization, and what is a decentralization, and what is a departmentalization and staffing. Okay, let us start the term. The first one, what do you mean by the term is centralization and the decentralization? According to the Henry Fayol principle, the most important principle is centralization and the decentralization. What do you mean by the term is the centralization and the decentralization? Okay, the centralization means like a function is a concentrating on the top level. That means everything is concentrating on the top level. The term is known as the centralization. But the decentralization is quite different from the centralization, means granting authority to the lower level. It's not there is a centralization, there is a granting authority to the lower level. The term is known as the centralization and the decentralization. Okay, the centralization is like it's like an hierarchical format. That means formal authority. That means everything is concentrating on the top level. There is no authority grant to the lower level. So that means everything is concentrating on the central person. That means the top level. But the decentralization is the decision making is left for the lower level of the organization. The term is known as centralization and the decentralization. Okay, this is one of the important principles of the Henry Fayol. I will be discussing what are the basic difference between the delegation and the decentralization. Delegation means dividing the work to the lower level. It's like dividing the work to the lower level. That is a delegation. The decentralization is granting authority to the lower level. So we are discussing what are the basic difference between the delegation and the decentralization. Okay, the first, the delegation. The delegation means is a handling over an authority from one person to the high level person to the low level. That means it's like handing over an authority from one person of higher level to person of the lower level. But the decentralization is the final outcome is achieved when the delegation of authority is performed by systematically and repeatedly to lowest level. It's like a decentralization is the granting. It's not a grant. It's like a performing the function. That means it's like a final outcome is achieved. That means it is left for the lower level for the organization. But the delegation is handing over process. The delegation is handing over process of the authority, and the decentralization is the final outcome is achieved. Suppose the delegation result is achieved, that is a decentralization. When the delegation of authority is performed systematically, the term is known as the decentralization. The first you delegate, and after that you are achieving the decentralization. That's the first basic difference between the delegation and the decentralization. The delegation means handing over an authority. When delegation of authority is performed systematically, that term is known as the decentralization. And second difference, what it is a technique of the management. The delegation is like a technique of the management. The decentralization, the philosophy of the management, is like a management philosophy. It's a philosophy of the management. And accountability, superiors are accountable for the act done by the subordinate. That means the delegation process, accountability is the superiors are accountable. But the decentralization, the department heads are accountable for any activity. So department head is responsible as per the decentralization, and the superiors are the responsible as per for the delegation. And the requirement, yes, it's a requirement for all organization, and no, it is not optionally. It's not required for the entire organization. That means it is a required for the entire organization. Delegation process, it's like it's a required for the everything, but it's not required for the entire class of the organization. That's the third difference between the delegation and the decentralization. And the liberty of the work. Subordinate do not have the full liberty. but the substantial amount of freedom is here. Here the freedom is more freedom, the decentralization, but subordinates do not have the full authority, but here they have the freedom. The subordinate have the freedom. And control, the ultimate control in the hands of the superior. That's the ultimate control in the hands of the superior, but the overall control is with the top management. And here there is a decentralization. Overall control is the vested with the top management. Okay, so that is the control point of it. The relationship, that is a create superior subordinate relation. That is step towards the creation of semi-autonomous unit. That means here there is a freedom, liberty. Freedom is more. So step towards the creation of the semi-autonomous unit. So these are the basic differences between the delegation and the decentralization. The decentralization means that the decision making left for the lower level of the organization, and the delegation means handing over of an authority. And it's like a technique of the management, and it's the philosophy of the management. And accountability, superior is accountable, the department head is responsible. And requirement is required for the entire organization. It's not required for the entire organization. There is a great liberty in case of the decentralization, but subordinate does not have the full liberty. And control, the ultimate control hand over the superior, and here this overall control is vested with the top level management. And the relationship, the create superior subordinate relationship, that means here there is step towards the creation of semi-autonomous unit. These are the basic differences between the delegation and the decentralization. Okay, and after that, what are the needs for the decentralization? The decentralization is granting authority to the lower level. When, how, where the authority is granting to the lower level. So let us discuss the needs of the decentralization. The first need is a rapid decision making. The decentralization is essential for the quick decision making or the rapid decision making. Take the right decision, right time. We follow the concept of the decentralization. So the first need is a decentralization, rapid decision making. And it's an administrative development. That means we already discussed, it is the philosophy of the management. The decentralization is the philosophy of the management. So it's like a administrative development. For the development of the administration staff, the members, we have to follow the concept of the decentralization. And third one, development of the executive skill. Definitely the decentralization is developing the skill. That means giving the freedom to the subordinate to take the right decision. So automatically there is executive point of view. This improve the skills of the executives. And there is a promote the growth. The decentralization promoting growth of the organization and the individual workers, those who have working in an organization. That's a promoting the growth. And there is higher control. That means compared to the delegation, there is a high control, because there is a great freedom, substantial amount of the freedom is here. There is a great control can be ensured. So in order to ensure the control, we can follow the concept of the decentralization. And these are the needs for the decentralization. And what the decentralization? The decentralization is the decision making left to the lower level for the organization. The term is known as the decentralization. And these are the needs of the decentralization. And after what the limitations? Suppose the organizations follow the decentralization. What are the drawbacks? Sometimes there is a possibility of the limitations. I'm discussing about the limitations. The first one is coordination is difficult. Sometimes it is difficult to coordinate the entire work with an organization, because the policy, procedure followed the different unit is they make a lot of the confusion, and the coordination is difficult. This is the first limitation. The coordination is difficult. And sometimes there is a waste of resource. Some employees have that do not have any commitment towards the organization, and we've spent the lot of the money for the development of these employees, and this sometimes is like a waste of resources. We can't operate the definite resources at the right time. And another one is the large interest of the enterprise neglected. Sometimes there is a neglecting, rejecting the interest of the enterprise. Individual interest is considered and rejecting the organization interest. So that is another drawback. And another one is emergency decision is not possible, because it's not possible to take the emergency decision, because it's like only the philosophy and not required for the entire organization. So emergency decision is not possible, and there is a lack of the qualified manager. Sometimes there is a lack of the qualified managers are working within organization, it will affecting the decision making process. And sixth one is certain active decentralization is not possible. And sometimes there is a drawback for implementing certain action with help of the decentralization. The certain activities in the decentralization is not possible. Okay, these are the drawbacks regarding the term you are the decentralization. The coordination is sometimes difficult, waste of resources, loss interest of the enterprises, emergent decision making not possible, lack of the qualified manager, certain active decentralization is not possible. These are the limitations regarding your the decentralization. Okay, and after that we are discussing the next important term, the very important term regarding your the management, that is a departmentation. We are familiar with the term is a departmentation. What is departmentation? Suppose your college, there is a lot of the department. The principal is in charge of the entire department, and the department head is controlling the entire activities in the department. There is a lot of the physics department, chemistry department, commerce department, economics department. There is a lot of the departments in organization. What do you mean by the term is departmentation? Departmentation means a division of work into smaller unit. That means you are dividing the work to separate unit. The term is known as the departmentation. There is a grouping. Suppose commerce activity is a grouping into the commerce department, and physics activity is a grouping into the physics department. Economics, that is economics department. So each department is headed by the separate person, the department manager or the department head. Definitely each department have the department head. So here there is a board of director appointed different departments, the production department, finance department, there is a marketing person department, and there is separate head for controlling the entire activities in your the department. So each have the different department. There is a department head is controlling the entire activity. Then there is a division of works. There is a dividing the separate functions. Suppose a production point of view, the production department is divided, and this leads to specialization. The division of works lead to the specialization. So this is an example regarding the departmentation. Okay, so the departmentation means it's a division of work into the smaller unit. In grouping you are the big unit to the smaller division. The term is known as the departmentation. The department is headed by the separate person, that's the department manager. Okay, and here there is what are the important stages for the departmentation. And the basic three important stages is primary departmentation, intermediate departmentation, and ultimate departmentation. The primary departmentation is focusing on the higher level. That means it's a higher level point of view. We can follow the primary departmentation. And then after the intermediate department, that is required for the middle level activities of the organization, middle level managers. And ultimate departmentation necessary for the lower level of their activity. It's applied in the lower level of the organization. There are three important stages of the departmentation, and one is primary, a second one is intermediate, and third one is ultimate departmentation. Okay, and after that, what are the important approach department? There is basically different types of the department. That is a term is known as approaches. And there is a function departmentation, there is a product departmentation, location wise geographical departmentation, customer departmentation by the project, and there is a combined or the composite departmentation. Let us discuss different approaches. The first important approach is the functional departmentation. The functional departmentation means the departments are classified according to the function. So listen, this diagram shows the example regarding the function departmentation. There is a managing director and there is a separate function, the manager of the marketing, the manager of the production, the manager of the finance, because there is a different function, the production function, marketing function, and the finance function. And suppose the department is classified according to the different functions like the marketing, production, finance, personnel. The term is known as the functional department. That means it's divided according to the function, and there is separate functional head is for controlling the entire activity. That means the actual number of the department which enterprises can be divided depends upon the size of the establishment and nature. And there's a different types of the department here, like the sales and the purchase and the finance and the personnel. And these are different forms of the functions are relating with the organization. So this category of the departmentation is known as the function departmentation. That department is classified according to the different functions like marketing, production, finance. The term is known as the functional departmentization. Okay, and what are the advantages and the disadvantages of the function departmentization? There are a lot of advantages regarding the function departmentization. That means very simple and easy to operate. It promotes the specialization and division of works and lead to the specialization. At first, the coordination within the organization, that's interdepartmental coordination, is possible with help of the functional departmentization. It generates high degree of the centralization at the level of chief executive. That means the centralization is possible with help of the functional departmentization. These are the basic advantages regarding the functional departmentization. That means it is very simple, the natural, it's a logical way of grouping of activities. It promoting the specialization, that is a divisional works. It first the coordination within the interdepartmental level. It generates in the high level of the centralization. These are the basic advantages regarding the functional departmentization. That means department is classified according to the different functions like the marketing, the protection, and the finance. These are different functions. And here what are the limitations? Suppose there are a lot of the limitations regarding the function department. The first limitation is there's an internal conflict. Sometimes there's an interdepartment conflict. That means there is internal frictions among the various departments. There's chance for the conflict between the members of the department. And second one is in function department, men are expert of this area of the functional. This hinders or development all around the manager. That means in function department, men are the expert. And these are the functions only. That means it's always focusing on the functional head. So entire activities purely depends upon the functional head. So that is the men is the most important. So sometimes the decisions are their decision affecting the organization. And thirdly, it leads excessive centralization. Sometimes the functional departmentization is focusing on the excessive centralization. The centralization is advantages. Some certain situation there is excessive centralization. Another one is the unsuitable where the emphasize product more than the function. So it's not possible for product oriented activities. It's unsuitable where the emphasize lines of the product. Suppose the organization is focusing on the product, it is not possible. These are the drawbacks regarding the function department. This is the example regarding the function department. These are the advantages and the disadvantages regarding the functional departmentation. Okay, and second one is product wise department. That means here one of the important drawback of the function department is not suitable for a product based. So in order to overcome this limitation, focusing on this product wise departmentation. And here there is a department is classified according to the different product. The grouping of activities based on the product. So listen, the chief executive, there's a lot of the product, television department, radio, then the computer division, the agro dairy department. That means here the department is classified according to the product, television, radio and transistor, computer and agro. So these are the different product of the organization. So here the departmentization is done based on the certain product. Under this method, all activities are relating one type of the product are put together under one department under the direction of the production managers. There is common manage. There is the manager is chief executive. There is a chief executive is dividing the different department according to based on certain product. An electronic company, for instance, have the different. Suppose is an electronic company may have the different department dealing with the television, radio, transistor, computer, agro-based dairy instrument. So we can classify it according to this product. This is a chief executive is dividing department based on certain product, like the television, the radio, transistor, computer divisions, and agro dairy department. So that's an example regarding the product wise department. That means here there is a departmentization is done based on certain products. Okay, let us discuss what are the advantages and the disadvantages. So the product is very important, and we're discussing what are the advantages. The first important advantage is ensure the better customer service. Definitely there is the customer service is improved in case of the product wise department, because the product is ultimate important. So we have to provide better customer services. And that's unprofitable product line can be easily determined. We can easily identify which is the unprofitable element. We can easily identify with help of the product wise department. Solve the coordination problem of the function department. So we can easily solve the problems. There is no interdepartment profit. We can easily solve the problems of the functions. And make the control is effective. We can take the effective control with help of the product wise departmentization. It assists in the development of the all around the managerial talents. So managerial talent can be easily improved with help of the product department. It is a flexible to the new product of the division. It is very suitable for the new products are introduced in the market. These are the advantages regarding the product wise departmentization. And what are the drawbacks? Sometimes what are the limitations regarding the product? Or the drawback? The first one, it is expensive because of duplication service. Sometimes the process is very expensive because a lot of the product are involved and there is a duplication of the work. And second one is may not be linked with the customers and dealer who have deal with the different salesmen. There is a possibility may not be linked with the customers and dealer who had deal with the different salesmen. There is a lack of the interconnection between the operation point of view. And it may cause a difficulty in the appropriating general expenses. Sometimes there is a appropriated expense divided mismatching. It may cause a difficulty in appropriating the general expenses. The term is known as the inaccurate expenses. So inaccurate expense, there is a possibility of the inaccurate expenses in case of the operation point of this department. Okay, these are the drawbacks regarding the product wise departmentization. It's a very expensive. It may not be linked with the customers and dealer. It may cause the difficulty in the appropriating the general expenses. And these are the important drawbacks regarding the departmentization by the product or the product wise departmentization. Okay, there is here the department is classified according to the product. These are different products, so they can be classified according to the different product. The term is for product wise departmentization. These are the advantages and drawbacks of the product wise departmentation. And after the another one is location and geographical departmentation. The term is indicating there is a location and the geographical. That means departments are classified according to the geographical area. So north area, south area, middle area. There's different areas regarding the operation point of view. Suppose Maruti Suzuki is dividing the product on the base of the locations. There is north area, south area, there is east area, west area. So listen, all the activities related to the particular area, zone-wise classification. So for example, there is a manager of the north zone, manager of the south zone, the manager of the east zone, the manager of the west zone. That means zone-wise classification. That is on the base of geographical area. The departmentization is done on the base of geographical area. The Maruti have the north area managers, south area managers, and the east area managers, and the west area managers. So it's very essential for the grouping of an activity and ensuring the smooth services. This category of the departmentization are known as the location and the geographical departmentization. This is one of the important examples regarding the location wise or the geographical wise departmentization. Okay, and what are the advantages and the disadvantages? Then every consider advantages and disadvantages. And advantages, it enables enterprises cater the needs of the local people. That means identify the region wise customer needs and wants. So it's a very suitable for cater the needs of the local people. Another one is it is enabled to concern to make use of location advantages. We can use the advantage location. Certain location has certain advantages. We can easily use the locational advantage with help of the location wise or geographical wise departmentization. First, effective control of the functions. First, effective coordination and assisting the development of the all around the managerial talents. That means improving the skill, quality of the managers. South area managers focusing on south activities. So yeah, definitely it will improve the quality and talents of the south area manager. Okay, and these are the advantages regarding the location or the geographical departmentization. That means it enables the enterprise to cater the needs of the local people, to enable the consent to make use of location advantage. First, effective control. There is a coordination and order of the development of the managerial talent. These are the advantages of the location-wise departmentization. And what are the limitations? So consider there is a lot of the limitation. Sometimes it's an expensive method because it's a focusing on the area wise classification. So there is an expensive method. Sometimes there is a chance for the duplication activities and duplication of the work. There is a possibility of the north area manager having involved in south area. So there is a duplication of this work. And third one is the coordination among the various territorial division may be difficult. It's very difficult to coordinate the north some entire zone wise. So there is sometimes the operation part of the coordination may become difficult. It's not has, it may become very difficult. Okay, and these are the important the drawbacks regarding your the location or the geographical departmentation. The first one, it's enable enterprises the consent to make advantages. So the first one is capturing the needs of the local people. There is effective coordination, there is effective control, and there is all around the management. A limitation is an expensive method. There is duplication of work and the coordination. There is lack of the coordination. These are the drawbacks of your the location wise, geographical wise departmentation. And after that, another one is a customer wise departmentation. That means here the department is classified according to the customer. This diagram shows the different customers. The customer is a very important element. So there is a business house divided the number of the department on the base of the customer services. Customer services, large, small scale customer, medium scale customer. The customer is very important. Industrial customers, government based customers. So here the departmentation done by suppose the Reliance is following the concept of customized department. There is a lot of the customers like the government, semi-customer, industry-based customers. So they have arranging the entire departmentation on the base of the customer. That category of the department is not the customer-based departmentation. And the peculiar advantage of customer-based departmentation is that it ensures the attention of the different needs of the customer. Suppose there is the mobile companies are focusing customer services, the customer service for the different levels. So we can be easily take the attention of the customer with help of the customer-wise departmentation. So this is an example regarding the customer-wise departmentation. And another one is departmentation by the projects. That means a team is given certain project and the operation point of view. The team is composing the employees. Suppose the project is allotted for the separate team. And the departmentation based on the certain project. A team is given a project with a specific task and operation concern. And this team composes employees from firm who have expertise skill that can be applied directly into the project. So here there is a departmentation based on certain project. Suppose the Kudiran, we are familiar with the Kudiran issue. There appointed a certain project team for studying the issues regarding this Kudiran. Central government has National Highway Authority (NHI) appointed a certain team to study the issues regarding the Kudiran. So there is an example. There is a departmentation done based on the project. A team is given a project with a specific task or the operation. The team is known as the departmentation by this project. And here there is a department. There is a project team is appointed. The project team is a point of the production management point. There is a separate team. A research development point. There is a separate team. So there is a HR point of it. There is a separate team. There is a HR project team. So the separate project team is appointed. So there is a department is done according to the project. The members team manages the project without direct supervision. Assume the responsible result. When the work team is function well, we need the large number of the supervisions are decreased. There is effectivity, we can be reduced the supervision, decreasing the supervision. The need of the large number of the supervision can be decreased with the help of the effective departmentation by this project. Okay, the team is from the departmentation by the project. And here there is a customer voice, and here there is departmentation by this project. Okay, these are another important two categories regarding the department. There is a customer-wise departmentation or the departmentation by this project. And after that, it's combined and the composite. That means a combination of the one or two method. We are already discussing the first one is the functional point of view. There is a functional. There is a function is very important. There is a product point of view. There is a product-wise, and there is a location point of view, and this customer-wise and the department, the project. A composite or the compiled means is a practice. It is very difficult. This method or department is very difficult. So we can be combined the two or more method explained earlier, function and product and area. As an example here, and there is the first the classified the area wise, geographical wise department, north area, the south area, and after that this area again classified on the basis of product, that means the TV, radio, transistor, and again this product is based on certain functions. So this is the combined and the composite form of the department. This is a combination of the two or more method, like a production, so like a function departmentation, product wise departmentation, geographical departmentation, or customer wise department. So we can take the combination of the two or method we have discussed earlier. This category of the departmentation is known as a combined or the composite method of the departmentation. So here the first divided, there is an example, the divided according to the area wise, again is classified on the base of product wise, then again is classified on the base of the function wise. So there is a three method. There is a area wise departmentation, product wise departmentation, and the function wise departmentation. So there is a combination. This category of the departmentation is known as the combined or composite method of the departmentation. Okay, and for the these are the important methods of departments. So once again, the first one, there is a functional wise department. The functional wise department is function is very important. There is a department is divided according to the function, that is a functional wise department. And second one, there is a product wise department, that products, the department is divided according to the products like the television, radio, then computer. It's an example of the product wise. And after that location, that is department is divided according to north, south, west, east. That's another important example of the location wise. And after that is the customer wise, department is divided according to the customer service provided by the firm. There's a customer wise classification. And the departmentation done by the project team. That means a project or the based on the assigned by the project. A team is given a project with a specific task or the operation concern. This category departmentation of the departmentation by this the project. And finally is the combined and composite. That means the combination of the two or method. The team is known as the combined and the composite method of the departmentation. And after that, we're discussing one of the important theme is staffing. What is the staffing? The staffing means appointing the right person, right job. The team is known as the staffing. It's a team staffing related recruitment, selection, training, and development and compensation of the managerial person. The team is known as the staffing. That recruitment, the recruitment is searching for the candidate, and selection, selecting the most suitable person relating with the organization. And there is a compensation, there is training, increasing knowledge and skill of the employee. The process is known as the staffing. So that is one of the important the managerial function, appointing the right person for the right job. The team is known as the staff. What is the nature of staffing? Suppose we follow the concept of staffing, the staffing have certain nature. The first one is concerned with employees. Definitely your staffing is concerned with your employees' needs and wants. It's always focusing on the selection or recruitment of the employee. This is always focusing on the employees. That's the first important nature of staffing. And second one is creation of the cordial environment. There is a creating the good environment within the organization. This is a create of the cordial environment. It's like a continuous process. Staffing is always a continuous process. It ensures the economic, social development and social satisfaction. It ensures the economic, social and the individual satisfaction. Because of focusing on the employees' rewards, compensation, this is a part of the staffing. Related to the personal policy, because training is a part of the personal policy. So it's relating with the personal policy. It's appointing the right person for the right job. That's a very important element. Staffing is selecting the right person, appointing the right job. And after the staffing functions like a line authority. That means that everything is decided by the top level manager. So staffing function is a line of authority. These are the important nature of staffing. Is concerned with the employee. Create the cordial environment. It's a continuous process to ensure the economic advantages. It relating with the person, and there is the appoint the right person for the right job. Staffing functions have the line of authority. These are the important nature regarding the staffing. And after that, what are the importance? The important stuff. Why the staffing is very important? Staffing function has the discovered the qualified person. The recruitment, selection, training is a part of the staffing. So it's always help identify the fresh blood and discovering the new person with the organization. For what purpose? Obtaining the competent person for various jobs of the various jobs in the organization. The staffing function always had to discovering the qualified person required for the organization. And second one is a process appoint the right person, right job. The maximum productivity can be ensured. Appoint the right person for the right job. With the help of this process, we can be ensure the maximum productivity. And third, promote the optimum utilization of the human resource. The optimum, that is not a maximum, it's not a minimum. Can be effectively utilizing the quality of the humans. It means skill of the human with help of the staffing. It increases job satisfaction, motivation, morals, because we paid the remuneration for the employees. So naturally it's increasing satisfaction of the motivation, morale of the employees. And since staffing helps to ensure the maximum utilize human resources, that means the human most important resource of the staffing function. So the maximum utilizes human resources with the minimum labor cost, and production will be interrupted. The production will be reduced. That means labor cost per unit or production will be reduced. The staffing help ensuring the maximum utilization of the human resources. The effective utilization of the human resources. That's one of the importance of the staffing. These are the important regarding the team staffing. The staffing function, the discovering the qualified persons, appoint the right person, the right job, promote the optimum utilization, and increase the job satisfaction, and ensure the maximum utilization of the human resources. These are the importance of the staffing function. Okay, let me conclude. The first we discuss what you mean by the term is the centralization and the decentralization. What is the centralization and what is the decentralization? Centralization means granting authority. Everything is top level. The term is not a centralization. It's a hierarchical format. Decentralization is the granting authority to the lower level. Now, what are the basic differences between the delegation and the decentralization? What is the basic difference between the delegation and the decentralization? And what are the needs of the decentralization, the limitations regarding the decentralization? There is a waste of resources, a lack of the qualified manager. These are the drawbacks of the decentralization. Now the departmentation, that means dividing to the smaller unit. That means the division of the work into the smaller unit. The term is departmentation. Three important stages of primary departmentation, intermediate departmentation, and ultimate departmentation. Now the approaches. There is a function department. There is a department is classified according to the function. This function departmentation. Advantages and the disadvantages of the function departmentation. Product-wise department, the department is classified according to the product. That is product-wise departmentation. The advantages and the drawback. Location-wise, department is classified according to the location or the geographical area. And advantages and limitations. After the customer-wise department, the department classified according to the customers. Department by the project. And the composite, that means combination of the two or more method. Term is known as the composite method of the departmentations. And what is the staffing? Staffing is process appoint the right person for the right job. The term is known as the staffing. And these are the needs of the staffing. And after the finally discuss the importance of the staffing, that means promote the optimal utilization resources, the maximum utilization resources existing the labor cost, and increase the job satisfaction. It helps to identify the discovery of the qualified person. That means functional helps to discovering the qualified persons. The recruitment is a process of searching for the candidates. So this is one of the importance of the staffing, and these are the importance regarding the staffing. Okay, anyway, thank you so much, and thank you for watching me.